Good afternoon, friends. How are you? Hope you're all doing good. So, it looks like we are living in a different world, not meeting each other. We need to maintain social distancing from oneself and sort of lock ourselves inside the house, which we never imagined we would live such a life in our lifetime. Like many of you, spending time to learn something new or probably unlearn something, spending time with your family, going through some of the experience which we would otherwise not have gone through if the lockdown was not there. So like you, I would also like take this opportunity to share with you something which I encountered recently, which sort of impacted me and made me more sensitive towards the fellow human beings and sort of like spiritually elevated me as a person. As you know, many hands joining together, we have been helping people who are impacted due to this COVID-19 lockdown. We are meeting different people from various walks of life, people with HIV infected, cancer patients, people with physical disability, and some old aged people who don't have proper support system to take care of them. So among that, on top of that, we met some families wherein like the entire family members are having the hearing and speech disability. It's sort of like a genetically transmitted from generation after generation. So their grandparents have it, their parents have it, even the kids have it. So when my friends went and sort of like helped them and then came back when we were speaking, so he told me that like it's very difficult to understand what they speak. Probably they are speaking the oldest language in the world. So it sort of like hit me hard because we take a lot of pride in the language which we speak, and we debate among each other, but there is some set of people who live under the same language influence in the same geographical location, but probably they can't speak the same language. But then I started sort of like trying to understand, like, is there any pattern at which how do they learn the communication skills and how do they communicate with each other? Is there a standard pattern among them which sort of like already established, or like how do they communicate from the person without disability? Is there any difference? How do the person from one state communicate with the person from another state, the disabled person? So it's sort of like, then I started reading more about it. Then I happened to meet a friend who's sort of working on this field. She has an expertise in this, not as a full time. She has been doing it on a humanitarian ground. She has been training the kids. She has been training the school teachers, some government officials, even some of her friends, sort of giving training to even our police personnel, some investigation officers, lawyers, even in some cases some judges. So while talking to her, she sort of told me that like even among district to district, even there are some common the pattern is available, but there is like between the person from one district has something unique which probably not be understood by the person from a different district under the same state or same under the same language influence. So there are some activists and people expert in the field. They are working to sort of make it standardized across the state. They are working with government officials. It's sort of work in progress. And while communicating with her, some of the things which she told me that the kids with this sort of disability are more prone to physical assault, at least 10 times more than the chances are there compared to the other people who don't have that disabilities. Forget about that mental disability which we sort of, the other people consciously or unconsciously, which we met out to them and sort of which may push them or sort of make them to isolate themselves. So let us keep that aside. But this sort of made me to be painful. Then I told her like I would like to sort of learn that language. Can you teach me? she was generous enough to accept it, and I started learning with her. But still, I have not reached expertise in it. Still, I'm a beginner. But I would like to take this opportunity to show what I learned with you, so that you sort of get the feel of the sign language, which probably it may be useful for you, so that we can together create awareness in the society. So I have few words noted down in a note paper, sort of I look and then I'll try to give the gesture. Some of the things are simple, some of them probably you would have heard. It's sort of being a Mother's Day today. Let me start with mother. It's like your first woman. Probably this refers an ornament. First woman, father. Touch. First man. Then sister. Probably you need to elder sister, younger sister, elder brother, younger brother. It's like this. Then he. It's a third person. She. This is some of the common terms. Then the casual conversation. So when you meet, typically we ask, how are you? That's how I started my conversation with you. So it's like this. How are you? Then you have to tell. It's sort of I'm fine. Then good. This probably it's very simple one. Good and bad. This is very familiar with this. Very bad, worst. Sort of to curse someone. Worse. Then I, my, you, yours. Sort of opening up the palm and then yours. Then yes. It's sort of acknowledging yes. You can close this and then you can tell yes. Then no. Like this. Then please. Please. Sorry. Or sorry. Or you can do like this. Sorry. Then welcome. Welcome. Or if somebody enters, welcome. If somebody says thank you, welcome. Then hearing. Deaf. House. It's your house. It's like this. Rectangle. It's like shop. You go and exchange something, you give money, get something. Office. It's sort of indicates writing, but then beautiful. This strong. Then nice. Then time. To indicate watch, you have to tap it 2 times. If you want to show the clock, to show the wall and make it circular. Where is the clock? What's the time now? Then be on time. On time. Then late. Or late. Early. Tomorrow. Just one finger. Tomorrow. 2 days after. 3 days after.